All right. I think it's time, guys. I think it's time to get into the Comp Awards, you know? Okay, guys. First of all, thank you guys for taking part in the Comp Awards if you voted. We had 501 responses, over 500, I guess. And these are real responses, because this time we actually had the email like verification requirement. Okay, here we go. Starting out with the best survivor in 2025. We got Dan, we got Spitz, we got Pedro, we got Zaka. A star-studded lineup. Swatter, Zeno, Kexo, Pedro HC. What are we thinking? Wispy? Wispy's not on the list this year. Predicting Dan won it. Dan, a lot of Dans. The winner of the best survivor category is...
Snart lemon heter. Come on.
Many more clips. I mean, Spitz was insane this year. Spitz was absolutely ridiculous this year. So consistent, almost never making mistakes, so many pop-off moments. Absolutely insane this year. I think he may have had one of the best seasons of any survivor in the history of comp, honestly. You might think, like, usually, like, the Juker players are, like, 50-50, like, send it, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Like, Spitz somehow manages to be, like, insane Juker while also being consistent. So in 2023, Spitz actually almost won New Gen Player of the Year. He was behind Silhe in 2023. First time he bursted onto the scene, kinda. Why isn't it called Best EU Survivor? Because we all know what the best region is, right? We all know what the best region is. All right, now, next category. We got Best Survivor NA in 2025 with options. Note, Ja, Zafis, Wispy, Momo, and Angels. I don't know why Momo's on there. This is just for fun, you know, for funsies. Note or Ja, Note, Zafis, Ja, Momo for sure. If Note doesn't win, it's rigged. Who do you guys think has the least amount of votes? Let's go.
Very early down, or do we compound pressure? And it looks like just gonna take the one.
Gets.
With that, there's no way.
No way that they have this prepared in the end game. Yes, there's the power, but this is huge. That puts down so much pressure here, and Ultra is trying to go for the door as quick as possible here. Is he going to make that in time? Yes, he finds the survivor. Yes, that is going to be the break of the pallet. We do not see any survivors at the exit here. They are hiding out the no way out here. You haven't caught anyone off guard except this one survivor here. But it needs to be a speed run. It needs to be quick. It needs to be a quick down. And if they are able to run out this power, that would be tremendous.
Yeah, this is going to be big here. Now we're about halfway through the power itself. Of course, we are going to have a little bit of extra time thanks to that Lion's Fang there, but we are taking extra time as well to break these pallets. Swing and a miss, not going to be able to find it here at the pallet space here at Shack. Very few last couple seconds. You basically have this dash. You have one shot, one opportunity. Palms are sweaty, something, mom's spaghetti. We also hear over here at the door, getting ready to go. I think we might be looking at a 4 out here. This is going to be our last chance, but the Demon Dash is going to have the cooldown. I think this is a 4 out.
This is actually going to be a 4 out. It's making a change, an ultra change, we could say. This is going to be the survivor here leaving the trial, and since we have no power, there's no way to stop him. Even a whiff is coming out of the aces.
Yeah, I think kind of to be expected. Notation won barely, actually kind of close. Ja almost had it. Very close running here between the two, but Note barely edged out to win this category. And surprisingly, the survivor with the least amount of votes is actually Wispy. It's actually Wispy. It's not Momo. Momo actually got, I think, around 10%, a bit less. So Momo beat Wispy, yeah. Notation, note the GOAT. Then we have the best killer in 2025. We have Zeno, Pedro, Obi, Voltar, Nightlight, Zaka, Jason, Angels, and the Momo on the list. Zeno, not even close. Pedro, Nightlight, Pedro, Zeno, Nightlight. Sorry, both not this year. Voltar is winning this one next year. Don't worry, but not quite this year. Okay, let's see it.
Lucky motherfucker. Lucky motherfucker. Lucky motherfucker.
All right. But yeah, congratulations, Zeno. He also won it last year. Interestingly, you don't see it because it's cut out, kind of. Last year, in 2023, Zaka won over 50% of the votes. And last year, Zeno also won. Zeno won around 40%. So Zeno, even though Zeno still won the best killer, he did win noticeably fewer votes this year than last year, which is interesting. Not really what I expected. But we also have Pedro with the second place finish. We have Zaka on third place. Nightlight on fourth. Obi on fifth. Volatar. What the hell is that guy doing up here, bro? On sixth. And way over there in the what was it called, softball league or whatever. What does NA call it? Our boys Angels and Momo, not even enough percentage points to make it on the list. Yeah, also that's another thing. Pedro, I see you. Good for pointing that out. The amount of competition in the killer section is just on a completely different level. If you compare, in 2023, we had like Zeno, Nightlight, and Zaka pretty much taking up all of the voting share. 3 killers taking up like 95% of the voting share. This year, it was so split. So many more like new killers, so many emerging killers. Okay, so anyway, congratulations, Zeno, defending back-to-back best killer player champ. Now, we have the MVP, the most valuable player. The nominations are Pedro, Zeno, Nightlight, Zaka, Angels, Volatar, and the Bulbo Zavra. Nightlight, Zeno. I'm laughing because someone put note in, by the way. Zeno, Volatar, Zeno again, Zaka, Nightlight. Okay, let's see, guys.
Playing around this middle of the map is
this
Pedro.
fucking moment.
Does he really want to commit?
Pedro's gonna
all the way
close
to
the stream
water
right
tower,
now.
Though. You can see that he's looking back. He wants to figure out if somebody's going for that save on Marco. Chooses to remove that water tower pallet with the Shadow Dance add-on and is going to go back towards the hook here. I think Pedro, he's making a judgment call here that they don't have very much gen progress around the map for Elysium. So not really going to be committing to any chases here. He wants to.
And this play, I feel like this play, I could say a lot about this play. I feel like very likely there's a good chance that this play changed the trajectory of the whole finals. Right, this was the biggest finals that we've ever had in DBD. If Zeno sends it and gets found, yeah, it's 4K2 easily. Maybe even more because it sort of start rotating or something goofy happens. You got MVP because of that? No. I think he got MVP because this is the type of play that's like so little risk aversion with Zeno. Like he is willing to take risks that no one else would. I think like Pedro didn't even consider it, right? Even the chance of the injured guy sending it for pull against the Wraith. That was such a big risk that Pedro didn't even consider it in the moment. And the fact that Zeno made that play in the very first game, when this was like the likelihood of just starting out the finals looking completely goofy, this kind of risk, that's just, I think very few people would have made that. And it's not just brain death, it's also just being able to take risks. And Zeno is able to take risks in a way that other players aren't. Part of the reason why he also is such a good killer player. Zeno back-to-back MVP. But once again, the percentages are reducing. Last year, he won by 40%, way and above every other player. This year, it's less than 30. Way more variety, way more names and faces that get recognition. And out of all these, guys, who got the least? Who got the least amount of votes, guys? What player got the least amount of votes in the MVP category? That's right. I think only you filled this form out. No, don't worry. Don't worry, Wispy. NA did win awards. NA did win plenty of awards. Don't worry about that. They're coming up. But yeah, congrats, Zeno. Back to back. Go next. Oh, people are waiting for this one. Best team in 2025. What are we thinking? Ascent, Ellie and Victus Ascent. Ellie because they won Season X. I feel like that's hard to argue with. Okay, the next clip I picked is kind of goofy, and it's not even from this year. Just give me a break, okay? I was rushing, okay?
Some fucking anime girl is meowing into my ear, guys. I don't know what to do.
Comms during grand finals, by the way. Those were the Nightlight comms in finals. But yeah, no, actually, it is Team Invictus. Team Invictus won almost 60% of the voting. I think that's pretty surprising. Yeah, Ascent seems like a lot of the votes are not too favorable towards North American region. Yeah, guys, don't worry. Before you get too worried, by the way, before you guys get too worried, don't worry. NA is also still winning awards in this one. NA does get appreciated towards the end, so don't get too worried about that. But yeah, so that's the voting. That's the voting for the best team. Also, not something I expected. I thought there's a good chance that Invik would win, just because like publicity, streamer advantage. But I didn't expect a blowout like this. Okay, best streak enders. We got nominees are Animatronic Blood Warden, Invictus vs Legion, Spitz vs Ellie, one blight, Ascent vs Momo, and Goonerman vs Momo. Either me or Momo. Invic Legion. Skip this shit, boring. Oh, actually, it is Bartosz! 444. Greater than Invictus. The father of Invictus, that's right. Bartosz took it home with 39% of the votes. Actually, a clear favorite. But yeah, Bartosz just owns the whole comp scene. Where the fuck do you get that video from? Bro, I did some investigative journalism, okay? Next category. The best rage incident. Ja, who has the cracker? Xeno 1v1 ladder grind. Dan versus Clown. Nightlight pinky finger incident. Perks rage baited by Habibis. Who has the cracker? Ja. It's actually not. It's actually not Ja who has the cracker. I'll just show the clip.
100 fucking hours straight of ladder, man! How the fuck am I meant to fucking play? I'm trying to say that what I'm doing is harder than a 9 to 5! Bro, going the fucking insane, what the fuck do you mean? Bro, I banned someone for this earlier. Someone said that 9 to 5 is harder than what I'm doing right now. Bro, are you guys okay? I am losing my mind for 20 hours, man! How the fuck is a 9 to 5 harder? Bro, like physically sure I'm fine, mentally I'm cooked. It's like I'm in a fucking white room padded, man. I'm in a fucking mental institution. How the fuck is this harder?
Yeah, that's it. Xeno actually won this one with the 1v1 ladder grind, the best rage incident of the year. Show perks clip. I showed it in the nominations. I don't have a perks clip. Ready. Perks are fucking robbed. Yeah, a lot of, I guess, people weren't aware of the perks getting rage baited.
Yeah, thank you. Buddy?
Buddy, no. This guy Madeira's tab. Oh
Fuck you, just say no.
Derek,
why did you go top? Like, why? What is the reason you go top?
What
does answer you?
Hola, Derek's big TT, big. 3x big TT.
I'm playing with 3 Arabs commenting in Arabic.
Bro, shut up, bro. You should just corrupt, idiot.
Idiot.
It was like he was getting rage baited like over the whole course of the match and like in the lobby. Oh, this one might not be EU propaganda. We got DBD ranked biggest potential with the nominees being Outer, Rachel, Cobb J, Lexi, Kakua, Nico, Perks, Glock, and I think there's 2 more, but they're hidden on the next page. Fuck us, NA players always crying about EU, this, EU, that. Yeah, so that's so true, Usalma. Fucking NA, bro. Cobb J Prime. Bro, like, I'm very disappointed with the outcome of this vote. I might be giving it away right now, but I am not happy. Let's see.
I'm getting hit, I'm gonna loop in.
Go to 6, I think. Oh, this is fine.
Yeah, Vipo.
He's gonna leave you, he will leave you.
It's fine, Vipo.
He will leave you. Go get on the gen instantly.
He's
I'll
gonna
leave
six
now.
No,
Go with
wait.
I'm gonna go look
You
here.
guys,
Hold
you.
on.
Yeah.
Fine.
Like, why am I game like that? Okay, I'm opening 2, okay?
No! It's a skill check!
Who missed the skill check? Are you joking?
I'm not joking. Yumiko did.
No.
Go get back on, bro.
This is DBD ranked best and brightest.
No.
Biggest potential.
Pain res.
No.
And they got 4K then lost after that. When this would have been a win. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, actually, congratulations to Outer for winning 25% somehow of the DBD ranked biggest potential. I don't know who he bribed. I don't know what kind of bot army was created to answer this question for Outer. To be fair, the percentages are funnier. A lot of people vote for COBJ, a lot of people for Lexi, good amount of number for Perks and Glock. Next award. Oh, you guys are gonna love this one. You guys are gonna love this one. The best DBD country. Germany wins, I'm going bald. It's going to be Portugal, it should be USA, obviously. Russia. Guys, let's see. Let's find out live. Are you guys ready to find out live? Put your hand on your heart right now. Sing it with me. Next. Yes. The biggest throw. We have Team Rocket versus Team Ferinet on Vecna DDS. We have V1 versus Freddy. I don't know which clip they mean with that one. The Angels 3-stage demo World Cup game. Then we have the Huntress Season X finals. And then we have Wispy who has the cracker incident. Can we see the V1 versus Freddy, please? I will tell you, it's actually not that one. To be fair, it's surprisingly split. I think this is the most evenly split category, but no, the V1 versus Freddy one did not win. 3 stages average for Angels. No, yo, Jiggy! Yo! Should have put outer skill check? Yeah, maybe I should have. Alright, guys. Here it is.
Andiamo 4, sono dentro main. Posso morire per te, Marco, posso morire per te, diciamo. Vai dentro la porta, vai dentro la porta.
No, gira così. Palle, 9 mid, palle.
Questi non sei out.
Easy, bro!
Nossa, Deus, vocês deram bestia.
Mamma mia, ragazzi.
See, I told you guys NA was still winning awards today. I told you. Yeah, actually, the biggest throw was the Angels 3-stage Tycon game that cost NA the first round loss against Team Italy. I was a bit surprised. I didn't think this one was gonna win, but you know, NA, the first award of NA, one of many potentially. We'll see. NA's brightest duo. Yeah, you're right, Julian. Yeah, the brightest duo, Angels and Wispy, who has the cracker incident, both the top 1 and the number 2 most voted categories. Show Wispy clip. All right, just for you, I'll find it. honorable mention, second place finish. We have the Wispy clip.
Get too injured.
He's fine, get big face. You have a cracker on the gate?
I don't know who has the cracker. Who has the cracker, bro? I don't know who has the cracker.
Wait, why'd you pick?
Oh my god.
Why would you? Bro.
Why would you?
What do you mean? I don't know who had the beam or who had the cracker. I don't know
Look.
who had it. You can't see the cracker.
Why don't you just go kill the fucking injured player who's not in the game?
And the end screen. Okay, all right. Yeah, that was the honorable mention. NA's brightest coming in to finally swoop an award after missing out on so many previous awards. All right, then we have the best beef category. We have Angels vs Momo, Angels vs Julian, Angels vs Invictus, Angels vs My Sinister. Oh wait, that's B1 vs My Sinister. And Angels versus his own team when screen sharing killer. What are we thinking? Show the clip of Angels vs Julian. Come on. No. Actually, I think that one didn't win. I mean, this might be a little bit of recency bias, to be fair, but...
Oh! What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know if I kill her. Oh, hey. Shit. Fucking nothing.
Oh, bro, let's fucking just like the good old days, bro. I mean, I was just here.
We do. What are they talking about? Who won more than us this year? Fucking nobody.
No.
Somebody tell me. Who won?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Go, bro. Good shit. No, that was clutch, bro. That was a clutch ass performance.
Doesn't matter, bro. Ban John. Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. I'm getting carried by myself today.
Yo. Stop
fuck him. I don't give a fuck. Keep talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
Keep talking shit. Nice third place, bro.
Yeah. Wow, there that was
Win
great.
one fucking Mickey Mouse ass tourney, bro. I don't care. I fucking said it.
Run into him, Atlan. Give him a kill. Yeah. Shock. Like 8, yeah. 7.
I'm just saying, this is what happens when the survivor side doesn't carry his us, bro. It's always the same.
No. Did you see them? Like with the flicking hellfire, bro. I swear, I gotta just
like father like son, Spitz. Like father.
No, I mean, brother. That's why I told you. But just monkey, they should spam bolt this shit. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Terrible, like. What's the main player I've ever seen, bro?
Oh my god.
Remember Fallen Earth, bitch? Remember Fallen Earth?
Yeah, bro.
I want to see it's gonna be saying, you're so bad, bro. Why are you teabagging, bro? Why are you so bad, bro? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the winners of the best beef. I like it. To be fair, it's fun. Fun, actually. Good times. Content. This content, bro. Ascent vs Invictus has been content. And I'm looking forward to how this develops in the next year. We'll see how this rivalry will develop and who ends up on top. Next, we have the biggest clutch moment. We have the Xeno Doc Chase Season X Finals. We have Team Nocron versus Ariandel Stinger set. We have Zakai Dredge 4K2 World Cup. We have Laser and Boltar 4K to 4-stage Vecna set. We have Spitz versus Angels Drac. And we have Kexo Blight Chase AHL. Xeno Clear, Xeno Sweep. Spitz, suck us Dredge, please. Love Angels. Xeno is not even close. Yeah, alright, let's see it. Let's see it.
Players, Pedro gets his free pickings on whoever Survivor he wants.
And I would really hope for Elysium that they get at least one more generator out of the way, because a 4K1 telling Invictus, guys, we are on the road to the crown. All you need to do to stop us from doing it is all the generators against the Doctor. That's crazy. Xeno here juicing a little bit, but unfortunately the survivors, that should... Okay, now with that rock, it is actually going to be enough. So at least Xeno bringing it back to the final generator being completed. That is, I would say, the absolute minimum here. Hopefully Silhay gets out of the door.
That was huge, and it all starts from the very quick pull from Xeno, right? Because Pedro has been forced into that second stage, so obviously Pedro's going to want to try to remove them, or maybe...
While being Painless, survived long enough, not only to avoid the Painless, but to allow them to pick up and get outs in endgame. Unbelievable clutch moment, 50 after 50, Nerves of Steel, deserved. And like Angel said, like I think this one is the clear front runner. Like I don't think there's another clip that comes close in terms of impact. But yeah, we had 36% of the votes went to Xeno Doc Chase, and second place was Kexel Blight Chase AHL. Spitz vs Angels Drac got a pretty decent number of votes. Laser and Boltar and Zakai Dredge 4K2 World Cup. And all the options got half decent number of votes actually. It isn't luck if those were 50s. I mean, 50s are like a combination of skill and luck. It's not entirely luck, obviously, but then, oh shit, we got the worst rebrands. We have Boltar and Ward, Wispy and Null KD, ETR and Winter. We have V1 Reality and Invic Pedro. V1 wins all day. No doubt it's Wispy. NA wins again. V1. Why am I even here? Why? I wonder why, bro. Well, who do you guys think got more votes? Invic Pedro or V1 Reality? Alright. Who's the winner?
Chill with your teammate's a fucking idiot, Zaka. That's why he gets 3 stages, or he gets the job done. He just be doing shit. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, your boy was on track to get fucking 4 stage on Myers versus a Pug. Like, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yo, that's a recent clip. That's one of the funny clips I found from Wispy. Yeah, Prime Wispy, bro. Maybe Prime Wispy's back in the building, bro, with that kind of language. But yeah, obviously King Wispy wins this one far and away. And by the way, just FYI, person with the least amount of votes. Just saying, V1 Reality rigged. You mean rigged? No, apparently people really love the name change, I guess. That's what this must mean. But yeah, I mean, Wispy far and away dominated this category. The second place, I guess, is PTR and Winter. So actually we have the two first and second places are NA once again. NA is actually not doing that poorly, All right, now next category is the biggest downfall in 2025. We have Team US in World Cup. We have Team Jinx in DBD League. We have Team PTR in general. Okay, bro, that's a good option. We have Scores. We have My Sinister, and we have the Team Invictus Escape Streak versus Legion. This one is just obvious. What do you think? Magas No Mercy. PTR for sure. PTR first win. Is PTR taking it home? The fuck is Scores? Scores is the number one. Is a person who finished number 1 on season 1 and got caught cheating during the playoffs live. But okay, let's see. It is actually.
No, 7.
Okay, I'm right here then. This guy fucking checks the locker, bro. I'm done with him. He's coming straight to the locker. I'm gonna kill this guy.
There's he's sniping, dude. There's no way. There's
What do I do? What do I... Laser. No, there's absolutely zero chance.
Yeah, that's Team PTR. Team PTR had a strong start into the year 2025. They did insanely well in the V1v4 tourney, if you guys remember that. They beat Nokron, I think. They beat Oracle, obviously. They got this fucking close to beating Ellie in the final. I think it went to the actual 7th set, and the 7th set had multiple ties. And then, throughout the rest of the year, it's been kind of downhill from there. PTR has been struggling, so much so that they changed their name to Team Winter, which is an interesting decision. But maybe next year it'll be winter all year, bro. Who knows? All right. Next. Oh my goodness. This was the closest voting between the two main options in all the voting awards. Julian, my goat. Rachel, Julian plus Ja. This is the closest one between option number 1 and option number 2 that we had in all the awards. On God is Julian. All right, let's watch.
Bro,
let's go. Fucking Cynic you go, boy.
Back to Cynic you go. Back to Cynic you go.
Yeah, you gotta ass fucking player. Now look at this guy. This guy broke up with his girlfriend. Quit his job and everything. DBD just to lose to us. He's so bad. Keep on shit talking us. He's still garbage. He's still garbage. Keep on shit talking us.
That's like crossbow.
So garbage, boy.
Man.
But yes, it is, as a matter of fact, Julian with yet another W. 5 times. 5 awards so far for USA. Back to back. This time winning the worst mental award. Alright. Then, next, we have the Best Caster Award. We have Pryan as nominees. Pryan, Hens, Dyer, Tofu, Metal Bro, Flightless, Outcast Andrew, Egdar. And I have the other options in the next screenshot. That's kind of my bad, but you'll see the other voting options in the next screenshot. Zach should be in the next one. He's like he's in 2 out of 2. Pryan, Zach, Hens, Best Caster is Momo plus Julian. It's funny, no one has mentioned the first place yet in the chat. Oh, okay, there we go.
Be the 4th survivor that Nightlight never hooked in this case. Yeah, 2 stages would be enough, 3 stages otherwise for Zeno here. And we made some progress into the reverse. Pedro, go for it, Jimmy. We need you. We need this chase right now. The Invictus fans are going to cheer for that, while the Elysium fans are now jumping up on the balcony because Zeno successfully ended the chase almost instantly after the reverse stun. So we are back onto track.
It actually was Dyer. Dyer won the Best Caster Award. Very close, actually, between Hens and the Dyer. But yeah, we have Flightless, who also got a decent number of votes. We have Pryan. I think I think this color is Yulia. But yeah, that's it. That's the Best Caster. Congratulations to Dyer. Okay, next category, the Most Improved Player Award. We have Overdose, Merged, PopJ, Zynox, Jaden, and Piggy God. Piggy or Rigged? Damn, Piggy God has a lot of believers. Bro, it's so funny. I heard the story of Piggy God, which was like, he's like streaming himself, losing every ladder, and just grinding all day despite losing every ladder, and like still being like, I'm gonna be the best DBD player. You know, that's inspirational, you know? It's inspirational. I'm not gonna lie, Zach's been playing comp for like 6 years, and being in this category is disrespect. Okay. I mean, I don't mind, bro. I don't mind. But I don't, unfortunately, it's not Piggy God. Sorry to disappoint. I don't know if you guys remember this clip, but this kind of, there's like a deep lore behind this clip. And I think if Overdose is watching, he will like die internally, because it's like the state at the start of the year, I guess.
What?
Yeah. And he got stuck, and the survivors made it out because of this. And we lost because of this. Booble was not happy after this one, that's all I can tell you. But yeah, congratulations. Overdose won 31.4% of the votes. Zynox coming in 2nd place. Ivan's British brother. We also have COMPDBD with a decent number of votes. We have Jaden and Piggy God. Merch is probably the best player here. Really, Outer, you think so? Merch should have won though, he improved more. Yo, is Merch on the come up? Yo, I don't really know Merch, to be fair. It'll be interesting to hear more from him. I'm sure in 2026, if he's at that level, we will hear more from Merch. All right. Now, we have the 1v1 Warlord category. with the nominations of Pedro, Ivan, Rocket, Bubo, Zeno, Noah. Yeah, this one's gonna be a hard one to guess. Massive upset. Noah is blue. Noah, my beloved. I want to know who got the least votes. That's what I want to know. All right, let's check.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna teach you something real quick.
Bro, they got caught lacking, bro.
Thank you, Rachel, if you're watching.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it's actually very unexpected. It's Pedro, which is actually, Pedro is the longest running champ in an award category. He's won this award. We've had it since 2023, and he's won it 3 times in a row now. He did win fewer percentages this year than last year, mostly because Ivan got a lot more votes this year. Which I can't really explain. That seems kind of nonsensical to me, honestly. I don't know how the fuck Ivan would get any voting share actually in this. I kind of would expect Ivan to be like somewhere here, fighting with Bubo and Noah. But yeah, hopefully next year Ivan percentage will go back to what it belongs. You know, back to like maybe somewhere between 2 and 5%, something like that. Ivan, show up to LAN, okay? We pulling up. You pulling up to the LAN. All right, now we have the one award that you guys have all been waiting for. The one award that I personally have been waiting for. The biggest ego award. Nightlight, me, Angels. Angels, Rachel, my Sinister, Go Zeno. This one actually kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect this. This one doesn't really feel right with at least the content I've been watching. But maybe I'm a bit disconnected. But yeah.
The GOAT doesn't need perks or add-ons.
We'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. The GOAT does not need the perks or add-ons. Congratulations, Nightlight, for winning the biggest ego award. Somehow getting 27%. I don't know how, to be fair. I feel like Nightlight doesn't talk that much shit anymore. I feel like he used to. He used to talk more shit. Recently, it's been not that, he hasn't talked that much shit. Dan talks way more shit than Nightlight, for example. Congratulations, Nightlight. And yeah, that's number 1 by far as well, which is kind of surprising. He almost got double the votes of second place. All right, the biggest Juker award with the nominations of Kexo, Swatter, Spitz, Boltar, Ja, and Rocket. Spitz, Boltar, Jiggy. Where's Jiggy? I'm sorry, I forgot Jiggy. Well, the votes are pretty clear with almost half the votes. Almost half of the votes going to one player.
Shut up, I need to focus.
Nice. I don't know what he was trying there. How much time for that?
Mein Handschuhfach, Navigation. Sieh dich in dein Blickkontakt. Los concierge, Motto fährt Ziele.
I think we get the point. But the worst part is that Spitz is juking not only in pubs but also in comp matches, and somehow it's working. So, no, congratulations. Insane. 2 awards back to back. 2 awards in 1 year. Dominating the Juker award. So I swear I mean, yeah, to be fair, Invic jukes very little actually. I think both Invictus and Ascent don't juke that much. I think Ellie and Praxis juke more. Rocket got a decent amount. Kexo won 2nd place. Swatter won 3rd place. Rocket won 4th place. Then Ja, and at the very end, Boltar. Boltar is not Juker enough, apparently. Alright, now we have the best IGL. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last DBD award category. After which we'll go to the 2025 year review. We're going to go through all the biggest tourneys, all the biggest moments. So this is the last award. Before that, Dan is bot. There's going to be Dan Glaze going next. Dan, Wispy's not taking that. Dan Glaze, go next. All right. What do you think, Wispy? What do you think the Wispy IGL is getting rated at? Which part is the Wispy? Glaze Fest? Glaze Fest, damn. All right, let's check it out.
This is so stupid, man.
Who is the moron?
Oh wait, yes, look better.
Who thought of that?
2:30 AM, bro. Chill.
Bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. I need to go sleep. This fucking bro. How is I not talking for anything? What the fuck thought of that shit? What did that fuck? Bro, Surely you can out at some point because it's cloud insane. Oh fucking it's very fine, guys, it's fine.
That's stop.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The best IGL, kind of unexpected. Dan with over 50% of the votes. Zaka with the second place. Zeno with third. And way at the bottom with, I think this might be less than 1% actually. This might be less than 1% of the votes. Is the man, the myth himself, the big wispy DBD. Note actually not getting that many votes. Note didn't get that many votes, to be fair. I would expect Note to get more votes in this one, for sure. But yeah, congratulations, Dan, taking home this award, the best IGL award. And let's go into the year in review, because a lot of stuff happened this year. A lot of stuff happened this year. I'm actually excited to talk about it, because I also have some images ready and stuff like that. This was my prediction, by the way. And my prediction in 2024 will be that 2025 will be the year that Comp goes professional. Okay, this slide is not finished, as you can tell. I was about to write something up. Ignore this slide. Professional presentation. It's fine, it gets cut out. Okay, so we had the early 2025 unprofessional. Yeah, unprofessional. I know. I don't want to hear it, bro. I was like, it took me 6 hours to finish this shit. Okay, I finished all the awards, all the slides, everything, all the clips in the 6 hours before the awards. Okay, give me a break. Okay, early 2025. If you guys remember, we had the Winter Circuit finishing. I think Eternal won that. We had the Roydig World Cup with Portugal actually dominating. I think, like it's written in the tweet, Portugal didn't lose a single set. And I think like some internal issues, some internal eternal issues, and some rumors, maybe confidence in Pedro Killer, ultimately inspired the split up. And we got some new team rumors. I remember like these were some of the first rumors we got very early on in the year that it's going to be an Eternal 1 with Nightlight and Zaka and an Eternal Do. In the end, this didn't end up happening. And what's kind of crazy, because I remember discussing with people, even friends on stream, which of these teams is going to be the strongest team, Eternal 1, Eternal 2, or Elysium. And even at this point in time, I thought Eternal 2 would be the best team. And then on top of everything, Nightlight ended up joining as well. And then it was like, okay, I think these guys are just going to win everything. I think a lot of people had the feeling that Invictus was going to dominate throughout the year. And that was sort of like the rumor mill, the sort of the vibes that people had. Then we had DBD, the start of DBD League Season X. We had Five Nights at Freddy's coming up. There was so much optimism in comp and in the general game. And there was this, again, sentiment of, will Invic win everything? The V1, V4 tournament happened as kind of like a preview, where Invictus surprisingly lost in the first round against Sinners. Elite actually did pretty well, but they almost lost the PTR, to be fair, so I don't know if you can actually say that. But yeah, it was kind of an exciting time. It was an exciting period. A lot of like roster shakeups, news about like events, news about the prize pool. The prize pool got announced, 20k. At the start it was 15k, then turned 20k, which was the biggest the DBD tourney ever had. Really interesting period in the competitive scene. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of developments. Oh, and by the way, this was my prediction, I think, somewhere in the middle of Season X. But yeah, this was sort of the vibes I had. Then, mid-2025, April to August. I think Angels kind of proved himself on Team Scenic. Like, that team almost single-handedly Oracle top 2. I mean, to be fair, this was like a joke. Like, I had Oracle on B tier, but I just moved it up for the Twitter post. But yeah, I feel like Scenic almost qualified in Season X. Almost like being like where Angels was kind of a one-man machine. Like he was getting really good killer results at that time. He was popping off on Survivor. He really kind of like, he was a threat on Scenic. And he kind of single-handedly did better than a lot of the other teams. I think there was like Seraph. Maybe there was another NA team. I don't remember. Oracle had a horrible start. Obviously, we like got completely blown out in V1, V4. I think we won like a 2-month lose streak or something. We had like a horrible start to Season X. It was just like the worst vibes. But we kind of recovered throughout the season and ended up like getting close to qualifying for the semis. Sinners struggled to be consistent. They would have good games and bad games. Jinx got DQ'd, obviously. Invictus, I think, ended up first in the group stage. They had 2 ties, I believe, and they had like 7 wins, which was the best track record. Then they dominate Nocron, obviously 2-0 in the semis. It was like it felt like the stars were aligned. I don't know if you guys remember this. I feel like this is kind of in memory hold, but Ellie like barely struggled past Ariandel. I don't know if you guys remember that. Ariandel was actually 1-0 ahead, and the second match was super close. There was like a couple of highlights that I thought about showing, which were like Ellie being like this close to getting 2-0'd by Ariandel in the semis. It was actually they barely struggled in the second match. They barely struggled by into the finals. And that obviously it just looked like this was going to be a sweep by Invictus. And obviously we all know the finals were unforgettable. They were peak DBD content on the biggest DBD stage ever. At the same time, DBD League partners with Behavior, which was a big development for Comp. I think COTF at this point is also partnered with Behavior, though I'm not sure about that. And all the while this is going on, DBD is experiencing like peak golden age, whatever times, peak player numbers with the Five Nights at Freddy update. Like 120,000 players playing simultaneously. Just really, this was just like a hype period. We'll see if like DBD gets to the same level again. Obviously the My Sinister showcase happened. That was like a big, not a big deal, but like it was a memorable moment. And then we went on to the the next slide is going to be so depressing. I think the next slide is cool. Late 2025, DBD ranked emerges. I think that's a cool development for Comp. Gives like a kind of an entry point or like accessibility for a lot of people that have wanted to try Comp but haven't had the ability to join a team or something like that, to build a community. I think DBD ranked, and also like the first few weeks of DBD ranked were very interesting. Like the preseason, all the excitement, all the buzz, videos being made, giving exposure to ranked, but also like just the comp scene in general by big content creators. So that was a cool development. Then the Hands World Cup happened, and I think maybe I made one of the best predictions of my career. My prediction was Russia and Portugal out round 1. USA steamrolls into finals versus Italy and Saudis. Spain barely scratches by in tiebreaker versus Poland and dominates Argentina. Take it to the bank. And turns out Russia won and the US lost in first round. Oh, that may not have been the best prediction. But yeah, the World Cup was super fun to watch. You know, I think got really high viewer numbers. Just a really cool event. You know, weekend event. I think 2 weekends. Was it 2 weekends? I think so. Really fun to watch. Fun to watch party. Then we had some roster shakeups in late 2025. We had obviously Praxis that formed out of the, you know, Zaka plus Oracle plus Laser, kind of a fusion. We had All Hallows League, where initially, you know, Praxis went to final with no set losses, won in the winners finals, fumbled in grand finals, and I think that was the biggest tourney that Invictus won this year. So I might be wrong on that. Was AHL, but yeah. That's sort of what I guess the kind of the story of grand finals. Ascent kind of underperformed in this one. Then the DBD ranked season 1 finale happened. Obviously, Team Bolotar and Fedinit took it home. They ended up sweeping the Scorers cheating team despite wall hacks, literal wall hacks installed in the finals. A cool story that can be spun about that too. We had the period where Behavior kind of fumbled the health update. You guys remember that? The PAL density, constant changes, PTB, players complaining. That was kind of annoying to deal with. I think Behavior left a lot on the table post Five Nights at Freddy's era. Like the post Five Nights at Freddy's era is kind of disappointing in the major way from Behavior, but that's just the way it is. You know, you work with what you have. Ascend wins COTF. Was it 3 out of 4? Was that this year or was that in general? Like it's this year. Was it this year? Did Ascend actually win 3 out of 4 COTFs? 3 out of 4 COTF events this year? This year. Yeah. Okay. So Ascent are just like the home team in COTF. Kind of funny considering how they're like never doing anything in DBDL, just like as a region. But yeah, like Ascent dominates COTF this year. And then since we've had in the last few months, we've had like a lot of fun highlights in the Friday showdowns and in the start of the second season, and that's sort of been like part of the culture or like part of the vibes in the DBD comp scene. And overall, comp in general, I would say it's fair to say that Invictus did not live up to the expectations. I think people expected them to win on the same level, or on a similar level that Eternal did, especially after Nightlight joined. It seemed like no team would be able to compete with them. Ascent won the most number of tournaments, but failed in DBD League and the World Cup. I think a lot of people, which is partly reflected in the in the awards, right? Like a lot of people, like when it comes to best killer or like best or, you know, MVP or like when it comes to a lot of the awards, like, or IGL or whatever, like, NA tends to underperform. And I think a big reason for that is because it turns out, like, a lot of people, a lot of casual viewers watch DBD League. Maybe they watch Hens events, but to, like, a lot of people don't watch COTF events. And also, like, Ascent doesn't have the same, like, content creator reach that European teams do. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Ellie, not arguably, definitely had the highest peak in Season X, but struggled throughout the year with roster changes and consistency. So far, Praxis seems like we're second place, Calamity style, coming in second place in every tourney we've played so far. Not quite, but surely that's something that we can break in the next year. Dispel. I mean, it's, to be fair, like, there are worse things than always coming in second, but I think there's also a lot better things. But yeah, Nokron has started strong, but couldn't keep it up. I think if you guys remember, Nokron was like, I think Nokron won the first tourney, and then halfway through the Season X, they were like winning, like they were like 5-0 or something. But then I think the slowly like fizzled out. They didn't have the longevity, I think. Calamity style. I think Calamity lost like 10 finals in a row or some shit. I mean, HZ can tell you more about that if he's here. Oh, okay, something like that. Then Jinx banned under mysterious circumstances. I've heard rumors, but I'm still not exactly sure what the hell happened over there. Like, honestly, I couldn't tell you if you put a gun to my head. I've heard like lawyers got involved or like defamation and like crazy IRL shit, but like I have no fucking idea. Ariandel disbands, Umbrella forms. I'm excited to see how Umbrella does, because Umbrella it means Granout is back. Like Granout is back. I'm excited to see. I think he's gonna play more killers. You know, Umbrella is kind of a combination of like Granout and Granout the Rice and some Ariandel players without Bubo. So I'm excited to see how they do, if they're motivated, if they scrim, if they're an actual team. Really excited to watch them play. I would love to see Granout being active. I think he's a super talented. I mean, obviously he's a super talented player. Then we have Sinners and SA Comp, which kind of fell off a map. I think, did we Jason quit? I heard rumors about that, but I'm not sure. SA Comp was very underwhelming this year. I don't think that, also apart from we Jason teams, there never was another team that like pulled up and showed up. It was just kind of a we Jason one-man show. Then PTR, this is quote unquote, this is not mine, I just heard this being said by Momo, that they tarnished their legacy and turned into Team Winter. I feel like this is kind of harsh. And honestly, if you ask me, they're winning the next Slugfest. Yeah, for sure. Team Sinners is going to turn up for Slugfest. Kind of, I don't think this is actually accurate. I think PTR could have kept playing, and I don't think anyone would have viewed that in this way, but I think that's how they view it themselves. So we'll see how Team Winter does. It's kind of it's a very cool team logo, I'll give them that. Then obviously we had the behavior partnerships, massive development for Comp, DBD League, I think COTF, insane Season X prize pool. We had the emergence of the DBD Ranked server. Overall, it was kind of an amazing year. It was the biggest tourney of all time. Content creators that like grew to new audiences, like DBD Comp going mainstream. We didn't really have a major incident this year. Like there were some minor, I mean, okay, I guess the iconic one, but like a part which is not quite like a comp org getting canceled or something like that, but it was mostly professional. Like, it was mostly like it was significantly less drama than last year. So quite a professional year, amazing year for tourneys, really cool year. W comp year. And then looking into the future, I think next year will be hype. I think it will be even more hype. I love to see the Ascent versus big rivalry. I want to see what Bubo does on Ellie. I want to see how Umbrella performs. I want to see how Praxis performs. Team Winter maybe can bring it back. There's just so much variety in terms of interesting players. I feel like also as viewers, I don't know for a fact whether this is true, but I feel like if you're a comp viewer, I feel like you're being exposed to so many more personalities. Like you hear what players' voices sound. Like I think players are way more aware, which is part of why we had so much more variety in the votes than last year. Like last year was, or like last year and the year before, it was like Xeno, Zaka, Nightlight. Like that was like almost every like category was just like 90% was just for those three players. I feel like we're really getting to know people, you know? Like more and more the personalities of comp players are getting known throughout the community, which just makes for more fun viewing experiences. It just makes for more fun and interesting players and interesting matchups. Also, I don't know if I mean, I assume this is announced. I mean, players know about this. Hence, we'll be hosting tournaments again throughout the year 2026. Again, I guess I don't know. I don't want to give more details than that, but I think he's announced that, but I think people are aware of that. But yeah, we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a bunch of Hens tourneys throughout 2026. which are like the coolest DBD tourneys to be a part of, honestly, in terms of like organization and hype and all that. And they can finally dominate again, maybe, bro, maybe. Then I think DBD Ranked has really done a good job like enabling players to grind without necessarily joining teams, and also like exposure, both in terms of like making it more accessible, but also like just exposing people to like player characters, like player personalities. I feel like there are way more personalities in comp now, in part because of DBD Ranked, that people like get to know and get to like enjoy interactions with. There will also be DBD Ranked tourneys in between seasons and weekly Friday showdowns. Like, as you know, we're hosting a championship at the start of next year, which is like in a week from now, actually. Starts in a week from now, pretty much. We're already hosting the first championship, and we're going to host a bunch more throughout the year. So between like DBD Ranked championships, hens tourneys, you know, the DBD League season schedule, I think this year will be absolutely packed, full of events that have high viewership and like interesting matchups and interesting players. Potential the DBD League LAN, potentially the cherry on top. I have to see, like, there's a lot of question marks, obviously, but I would love to see that work out and like going smoothly. That would be great. Then Stranger Things Part 2 coming. I think that might revitalize the game a bit in general. It was a super popular chapter the first time it came out. It kind of has like a FNAF effect. Probably not as much, but probably very good for the game. And then finally, we have DBD content creators going mainstream. We had massive growth, and I don't know if this is true, but I think DBD Comp is like the only niche of DBD content creation that's really growing and like exploding. I don't know any other one. I think most major streamers or like streamer niches in DBD are kind of like just staying at the same level or like stagnating. Whereas I think there's a bunch of like up and coming comp streamers. You know, I posted some graphs in here, you know. This is the monthly gain views for COMPDBD. This was at the start of 2025. It was around 200k. At the end, it's close to 600k. So there's actually, this channel is absolutely popping. We have Spitz, who's doing like unbelievably well, right? And I mean, he deserves it. I mean, I think he's the one guy who really deserves it in the comp scene. But he's regularly raking in like 800, 900 viewers, even more than that. It's absolutely absurd how he kind of accomplished that out of nowhere. You know, he was at like 250 viewers a year ago at the start of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if Spitz ends up being one of the biggest DBD content creators in general at the end of this year. Like, unbelievable amount of growth. And then we had the Momo, which, by the way, this might not look crazy, but you have to keep in mind, this is Sleepathon, right? It looks like he's declining in viewership. He is, half the time he's streaming, he's asleep with 100 viewers. So really, this graph is like going in this direction for when he's live. Momo is doing really well. Nightlight is doing well. If anything, I feel like this year has kind of proven that you can actually make a living being a content creator in like the DBD comp scene. I don't think that was really possible, or like people weren't aware of that a year ago. Then obviously we also have some smaller creators, Angels, Rocket, could show many others, but you know, just the general, like there's a lot of room for people to still grow as content creators and make like a way for themselves, which makes sense. You know, I think as time goes on, people are more interested in high level content. And as time goes on, people are more interested in, or like comp creators, comp players have gotten better at creating content. Both of these are kind of true. But I think that's it. I think that's it, actually. Yeah, I went through the year. We went through the major events. Talked about why I'm hyped for the next year. I'm super excited, genuinely. We have so many cool events coming up. So much energy, so many good vibes in the community right now. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching the Comp Awards. That's right, Ivan. Thanks for watching, and see you all in 2026. That's right. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a fun stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm out. I have a flight. I'm leaving to the airport in about 1 hour. So that'll be fun. That'll be really fun. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining. Hope you guys have fun. I hope you had fun. And I'll see you in 2026. Happy New Year.